Alright, in one of my recent videos I was using this little guy, and on my BitChute channel somebody asked me what it is. Well, this is what I believe is called a cigar spoke shave. This particular one was manufactured by Miller's Fall, or manufactured in Miller's Fall, Massachusetts on February 19th, 1884. And as you can see, it's got a blade and a very small sole, much like any other spoke shave, but the rest of it is completely cylindrical. And the purpose of that is that you can get into very tight radiuses and with the turning motion smooth that out. It's been invaluable for that exact purpose too. I suppose a scraper might have sort of worked, but it'd be awkward. Definitely no plane's gonna get that job done. One thing you do have to watch out for is not turning it too much, as that does affect the approach angle of the blade. Sharpening them can be a bit of a pain. For starters, you got these two screws that simply overlap the blade to hold it in. So gently back them off a little bit at a time. And note, these also affect centering. If you go more on one or the other, it'll push the blade to one side. And the blade comes off. You see it has a flat, much like this is akin to the back of your blade or the back of a chisel. And the cutting edge inside. So how do you get up in there? And let me show you what I figured out. To begin, I color in the bevel with black permanent marker. Make sure you use a Sharpie, because what? No, puns are bad. Sorry. Anyhow, this will show you exactly where the stone is touching on the bevel and help you dial in the proper angle. So what I did from this point was experiment with different size spacers underneath the stone until I got one that would give me the exact proper angle when I rested the blade on the workbench and the face of the stone. Here you can see that it removed all of the black marker, so I know that the angle is correct. After developing a burr on the bevel and then running through my various grits till I got as smooth as I wanted it to, I flipped the blade over and flattened the flat, so to say, on my highest grit stone, just like you would a chisel or plane blade or something. Now the blade's sharp, we can put it back in here. This can be extremely finicky. What you want to do is look at the sole here and get the blade in line with it as much as possible. So to start out, we'll put the blade in here, and then we'll tighten the screws just a little bit to where it holds the blade down, but we can still move it with finger pressure. Here you can see the mouth is open quite a bit, but that's not our primary concern. First we need to look at the depth of cut, as I'm showing you here. That's much too large. This is really designed just to take small shavings off of the wood. So I'll fiddle with this for a while until I got a very shallow depth of cut. And I'll snug up the screws a little bit. When I think it's close, I'll actually very lightly tap it to get at that last few thousandths of distance. Now I'll tighten it up and give it a try. Also, I've set this up with a bit of a taper so I can do a lighter cut on one side and a little bit heavier cut on the other. And it works.